morning, Mr. Nee.
Thank you, Mr. Chigoze. Good
Due to
morning.
incessant insecurity rocking the entire nation, of course, the third monarch in Yoruba land has been killed by undisclosed personalities or known gunmen, supposedly.
No, 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 no. There's nothing undisclosed. These are Fulani jihadists.
Okay, the
They are,
Fulani
yeah, they are
jihadists.
raging terror on the Yoruba land.
So what is
And
happening and what are the Yorubas doing? I mean, monarchs are being targeted and killed. Then what happens to their subjects?
okay, thank you for having me. First and foremost, this terror is not unique to the Yoruba land alone. I think it has cut across all the nation. But unfortunately, I think it's the turn of the Yorubas to also have a share in this terror. And three of our kings, crown carrying kings, have been killed, unfortunately. And these guys are still yet to be apprehended. And I think it's a call to the Amotekuns. These are state backed militias to wake up. I think the pattern is clear.
You mean state-backed militias?
Yes, they are state backed, should I call them security forces or whatever? They have state backed vigilantes. Okay. So these guys, with their Amotekuns, have been called upon. I think about 200 of them are right now inside the forest. You know, they are combing the forest looking for these Fulani headsmen who are going all around, you know, putting this havoc on innocent lives. I think there's a pattern, and that pattern is they are ready to colonize those boundaries, those border areas between Niger, Kogi. So if they succeed, they will not go into the interlands. So it's a wake-up call, and I think the security forces must be ready to work in with sincerity because there are so many informations out there saying that these jihadists are also, state backed. There's a rumor going around that these jihadists have the support of some top politicians. There's a rumor that I just read this morning that there's one senator from Zamfara, a former governor who is currently a senator, who went head to head with Akpabio when they were going for the Senate presidency. He has been pinpointed to be a major financier of this terrorism.
Jihadist movement.
Yes, I don't forget that it was shortly after this man left Zamfara as a governor. You know, they started, encountering massive banditry in Zamfara. And don't forget, Zamfara is heavily blessed with gold. And this same senator has a gold shop in Dubai. Are you with me? So if you connect the dots, this terrorism is being financed.
Too much money to spend.
This is why he could go head to head with Akpabio. And even till tomorrow, he's still vying for that position of becoming the Senate president. Are you with me? So we must understand that Zamfara has these tendencies for jihadism, for Sharia law, for Islamizing the nation. Don't forget, under Zamfara, when we had their first governor, Yerima. If you have forgotten, Yerima was the first governor that got married to an underage. I think he got married to, was it 12-year-old lady? And when the president, Obasanjo, when they tried to apprehend him, he said that they are practicing what? Sharia law in their own state. That the federal constitution is not. Now you can see where the double standard comes in. He said that their own state is Sharia law what? State. And within the Nigerian construction.
Is Sharia law considered above?
Yes. Let me tell you, in the whole of the northwestern states, about 12 of them are Sharia backed. They don't work with the Nigerian constitution. What they use as their criminal code, okay, marital code, is Sharia law. So in Zamfara today, you can get married to a 13-year-old girl and nobody will worry you. But if you come down here to Lagos or west or east or south, if you try get married to 13-year-old girl, you'll be in prison. But nobody will imprison you if you are in Zamfara. If you are in Sokoto, you can see the double standardness. So our federal government, and most importantly, all of its southern senators, there has to be a solution. We cannot be having two double-edged, sword as a law. It doesn't make any. So it's more or less like they have their own state. They have their own rule of law. You get my point? They have their own rule of law, and this is what they are imposing on everybody because the federal constitution even empowers them and it embodies them. Sharia law is recognized in the Nigerian constitution. And I've said this over time, that We the Yorubas, yes, we wake up, but if we are looking for a sustainable solution, that Sharia law needs to be tamed drastically in the constitution. Because how will the federal government institutionalize Sharia law in over 12 to 14 states? And yet this same state will come to Abuja to collect federal allocation. Yet this same state will follow us to do general election. But meanwhile, they are not practicing the Nigerian constitution. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But I don't know what our southern senators are there for in the National Assembly.
Now, what is the main of motives of these militias, of Fulani militias, killing the monarchs? Is it to occupy the
It is
western
clear.
states?
It is clear. Let me tell you, during the days of the Ottoman Empire, or during the reigns of the Mongolian empires or the Chinese, even the British Empire, when they want to invade a nation, the number one target they go for is the leader of that clan. Do you understand? In every warfare, in war, when you want to overcome your enemy, you go for the head of that, of your opponent, which are usually the kings or the lieutenants and captains. In this situation, that community, their king have been killed, and the people will be subjugated if the state governor does not arise. Imagine we didn't have a federal government. Imagine we were still in the medieval days. Now the kings have been killed. Don't you know that the people will be colonized? Was that not what happened in Ilorin when the Fulanis deceptively
The Afonja.
deceptively killed Afonja? Afonja, a warrior, because he needed more people to fight him, he called on the militias. You know, the Fulanis are they call them animals of war. That is who they are. The Fulanis are mercenaries, they are born mercenaries. If you realize all the countries that Fulanis have conquered, people call them to come and fight war for them. And when they now fight the war, they will eventually take over that land. That is all has always been their what? Their trade. Okay? Afonja called them. I want to defeat Alaafin for you, who is my nemesis. His rivals. He called them. The Alaafin defeated him and the Fulanis. But the Fulanis didn't want to go back to Sokoto. They now loved Ilorin. And he has already sold himself out. And that was how they killed him. This is what happened in so many other places. There are so many situations. In Jerusalem, this is how the Ottoman Empire was able to chase out the Christians. All right? I mean, this is what is happening. These guys, they have that expansionist mindset. All right? They have that expansionist mindset. And do not forget that Nigeria, we are also in a very big problem. Because if you go to Nigerian army today, we the Yorubas, the Igbos, and the Calabars, we are selling our slot out to the Fulanis. Yes,
What happened in
we are saying that we don't want to go to the war. We don't want to fight. But the Fulanis are ready. Do you think if a massive upsurge, or let me say outrage, starts against the Fulanis in the soldier, in the army, do you think they will not go for their brother? It's a pity that we, the people of the South, we are not brave enough. We always leave it to the Fulanis to go and do the dirty job. And I think they are beginning to realize their power. I think they are beginning to realize their own worth. That yes, after all, if anything will happen, nobody else will go call. The Fulanis are the ones fighting the Boko Harams. And this is why the Boko Haram will never end. Because it's more or less like me killing my brothers. Or don't you know, the Fulanis are in the soldiers, the Fulanis are the Boko Harams. So, I mean, you should know there will always be sentiments.